Hey, just a heads up. We are still running pre-sales on my new membership program to help you launch, grow, and monetize your dream podcast. All you have to do to sign up for those pre-sales is head over to podsimply.com/join. That's podsimply.com/join to get access to the new membership program where I will help you launch, grow, monetize a podcast, and learn how to turn it into a real thing. I'll see you inside. In this episode, we talk about how to find a mentor. Get pumped because this is Tiny Leaps, Big Changes. Welcome to another episode of Tiny Leaps, Big Changes, where I share simple strategies you can use to get more out of your life. My name is Greg Clunis, and in this episode, we are zeroing in on a question I've gotten so many times since I started this show. It's all about how to find a mentor. And the truth is, mentorship, I think, is one of those things that has been sort of over-romanticized. And what I mean is, any of us who are trying to do interesting things, we're trying to start a business, we're trying to take control of our life, we're trying to do X, Y, Z, whatever it is, something out of maybe the norm. We look at the people that have done it before and we say, oh, wow, if I could only get them as a mentor, it would shortcut me to where I'm trying to go. And there is truth in that. There is truth in that knowledge and that way of looking at things. But that's no excuse to not keep moving forward anyway. And the truth is, the way you find a mentor ultimately is by tackling that path alone and running into those people along the way. So we're going to get into 3 specific ways that I've gone about finding mentors and the things that have sort of had the biggest effect for me. Before that, though, if you haven't already, connect with me on Instagram at Greg Clunis, at GREGGCLUNIS. Send me a message and let's have a conversation. I love when these episodes turn into me sort of sharing something that I've either learned or experienced, and then you come back to me with things that you've experienced in relation to that topic. So send me a message on Instagram at Greg Clunis. Give me a follow while you're there, and let's have that conversation. So with that said, the very first thing, the thing that I recommend, not necessarily the most, but it definitely has played a major role for me in finding a mentor to begin with, is to bring them value. And so let's back up a little bit. Before we get into the 3 tips, here's my first piece of advice. If you want a mentor, you need to know who it is that you want to work with. You need to be very crystal clear on this. And that doesn't have to be limited to a single person. It can be multiple people. It can be people that you look up to in your space, or you look up to in general. Maybe they're not in your space, but you do need to get clear on who those people are. So my advice to you is to just create a list. Like, pull up a spreadsheet, pull up a notepad, whatever you take lists and write in, and just make notes of who it is you'd want to work with. That way you can get very clear on who the 6 people are, or the 10 people, or the 1 person, or whatever it works out to be. And so that's the first step. You need to get clear on who it is. The second step, and this is where the advice really comes into play, is to bring them value. At the end of the day, there is no reason that a mentor is going to pay any attention to you. Yes, you might be trying to do something cool, but guess what? They've gotten a million emails from the similar people who are trying to do similar things. Nothing that you will ever do in this life will ever be so unique that people will stop and say, wow, I need to stop everything I'm doing and help this person. That's sad. Like that's not the positive message that I'm sure many of you wanted, but that's how it works. We're all busy, and mentors, especially people that are in positions to be mentors, are very busy. And so if you want to get in front of them, before you can ask them to be your mentor, you need to get their attention. And the way you get their attention is to bring them value. Now, this might come in the form of making an introduction to somebody that they should know.